Electric vehicles. Many people own them. Across the United States, the electric vehicle industry is increasing rapidly. It is predicted that by the year 2040, 12 to 28% of cars on the road will be electric. Now, you must ask yourself, why? Why do we care this much about electric vehicles? Well, you must be under the impression that electric vehicles are good for the environment. I mean, how couldn't they? Electric vehicles replace the need for those terrible fossil fuels that ruin the environment and release toxic chemicals into the planet. Instead, electric vehicles run off of clean, reusable energy that's good for the environment. Right? No. Electric vehicles are actually just as bad, if not worse, for the environment than fossil fuel vehicles. Hello, I am Ethan Greenhaw, a student at George Mason University, and today I'll be diving into the problems that electric vehicles currently face. Let's start with how electric vehicles are currently produced. In order to create electric vehicles, companies have to harvest raw materials. One raw material, lithium, is horrible for the environment. Lithium is one of the most important metals in the production of electric vehicles because it is used to create the batteries which power electric vehicles. It is an extremely common metal with around 21 million tons of raw lithium currently available. Lithium mining is done with equipment that uses fossil fuels to power them. The increase in demand for electric vehicles is leading to an increase in electric vehicle production, which, in turn, has led to an increase in lithium mining. The obvious solution to the issue of lithium is trying to find a better alternative. However, lithium-ion batteries have been tested against multiple different types of batteries: sodium-ion and potassium-ion batteries, solid-state batteries, and multivalent magnesium and calcium batteries. But they have been futile in their efforts to find a better alternative to lithium batteries. Because lithium is cheap and plentiful, car companies will continue to use them in their cars. Moving on from the issue of lithium, we need to focus on another big issue with electric vehicles. Most power grids across the US rely on fossil fuels to create energy. The reason why this is important to electric vehicles is that electric vehicles get charged by using the power grid. The more people rely on the power grid for energy, the more fossil fuels are burned to power it. Even the Los Angeles power grid, which largely relies on green energy, undergoes constant blackouts due to being stressed by the increasing energy use in the city. Even Norway, a country that is a leader in environmental sustainability, suffers from the same types of blackouts that the United States faces. Cities continue to suffer from a lack of planning when concerning electric vehicles. Many cities within the US are not ready for the amount of electric vehicles that are predicted to hit the streets. As stated previously, it's predicted that by the year 2040, 12 to 28% of cars on the road will be electric. With the rise in electric vehicle population, city governments have planned on increasing the amount of charging ports for electric vehicles. However, the expansion of charging ports isn't going to increase at the same rate as the electric vehicle industry will. Therefore, electric vehicles will continue to stay impractical and be an unnecessary strain on our power grids. Now, let's tackle the notion that electric vehicles consume less fossil fuels than fossil fuel-powered cars. Unfortunately, as more electric cars are being used, more electricity is being used, which means the power grid is being used. This directly affects the already overworked power grids across the United States. You're never going to be the only person owning an electric car, so as more people use them, more fossil fuels are going to be burned in order to upkeep the power grid. Even Los Angeles, which has a green power grid, outsources fossil fuels from other states' power grids when under overconsumption. In essence, the United States is not ready to switch towards using electric vehicles. Although electric vehicles have the ability to compete with and replace fossil fuel vehicles, the United States has not developed its cities and infrastructure around the use of electric vehicles. Because of this, it is taxing on the power grids and impractical to use electric vehicles. The use of electric vehicles is not saving the environment either, as the means to create and maintain electric vehicles are equally as taxing on the environment as fossil fuel vehicles. Further progress must be made on the United States infrastructure and technology of batteries in order to successfully switch from fossil fuel to electric vehicles. That was my dive into the problems that electric vehicles currently face. Please make sure to like, comment, and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm Ethan Greenhaw, and thanks for watching.